Hello. Gather round. What? Hello. How do we just had some technical difficulties? Gather around. It's that time again for another episode of the Professional Nomad Podcast. Thank you if you are here joining me live tonight. You could be anywhere you want to be, but you choose to be here with me. We have started football season, so that means you could be watching the game, but you are here with me, and I want to say thank you to all of you who are watching this on the replay, everybody who's watching on Rumble, everybody who's watching on YouTube. Thank you. Salute. Thank you to all of the new subscribers. Thank you to all of the new people hitting the like button. Thank you to all of you. Without you, we could not do this. Without you, you are a vital part of what is being done here. Let me turn on this banner. Oh, let me edit this part out real quick. All right. All right. Yes. Without you, we cannot do what we do here. So I just want to make sure I always show you guys love and tell you thank you. Thank you so much. And always make sure that you know that you are greatly appreciated. My moderators, all of my people that support me, everybody from Machismo TV to my beautiful fiance who's always here with me in the chat, posting links. Hola nomads. Yes. Like I said, you could be anywhere with me. You could be anywhere you wanted to be tonight, but you choose to be here with me. So I want to make sure that let's check and make sure we're not struggle streaming because I'm not seeing my camera over here on Rumble. I still got 6 people live over there currently at the moment. So something's a little weird going on over there. Hopefully you guys can still see me. If you can over there on Rumble, put a 1 in the chat. If not, I'm going to see what I can do about getting this taken care of over there. But tonight we got a great one for you. Make sure that you stick around for this entire video because you're going to see what happens when a guy does not exactly get his way. So with this video that we're going to be doing a reaction to is a man that has great wealth, and he decided to take a little trip up here where I'm at in Nashville, Tennessee, and have a little fun with some people. And what ends up happening is he ends up getting extorted. So to thwart that, he tries to have the people taken care of, if that makes sense. And it sends him down a rabbit hole that he can't come back from. All right. So without further ado, we're going to get into this video. Now, I'm going to share the screen and we're going to get right into it.
March 12th of 2020, police in Nashville discovered a car that had rolled down a hill and crashed into a tree at a construction site. It was there officials made a horrific discovery: the lifeless bodies of 36-year-old William Landway, known to loved ones as Bill, and 33-year-old Holly Williams. Investigators would comb through evidence which would lead them thousands of miles and several states away to Austin, Texas. That evidence would be traced back to an Austin auto dealer executive named Eric Charles Mond. More than a week prior to the discovery of Holly and Bill's bodies, on March 1st of 2020, Eric Mond received a text message that seemingly caught his attention. The message came from someone unknown to the executive, but it would turn his life upside down. The stranger told Mond they were aware of his time with an escort in Nashville a few weeks earlier. Officials say on February 3rd of that year, Mond, who was reportedly visiting his son at college in Nashville, messaged an escort by the name of Layla Love. According to the indictment, it wasn't the first time the married heir met Layla Love. Mond.
So stop it right there. So hopefully you're following along. The guy decided to take a trip to Nashville. He went to Nashville. He wanted to go see his son in Nashville, right? Okay. Nothing's wrong with that. What's wrong with it is while he was in Nashville, he decided to have a little fun. Nothing's wrong with that either, right? So, while having a little fun, he ends up receiving messages from someone saying, I know what you did while you was in the city. Basically telling him, you're going to have to pay up. And from here on out is where things started to get a little wild, because I don't understand why he didn't report this to the police. Sometimes when you're rich and you have money, you don't tend to think correctly, right? But this person here chose to go in a different direction. So we're going to get back to it and see what he decided to do.
Messaged the escort, "Hey, darling," then went on to say, "I was thinking Wednesday night around 9:30 at the JW Marriott. 90 minutes would be great, so we're not rushed. If all sounds good, let me know and I'll text you Wednesday when I get to Nashville. Eric." 2 days later, Mond met with Layla and made reservations with a different escort the following night before returning back to Austin. But weeks later, when Mond received that text message threatening to expose him, the blackmailer demanded for him to give him $25,000 or he would tell his wife about the affair. Officials would reveal the identities of Layla Love and the blackmailer. As they say, Layla Love was Holly Williams and the blackmailer was Bill Landway. But instead of Mond revealing to his wife the truth, he took a more sinister route. So he decided to enlist the services of 3 men who seemingly could help take care of Mond's issue. The 3 he recruited were a then 47-year-old Gilad Peled, a former fixer turned security company owner who previously conducted security for Charlie Sheen and even specialized in extortion. And Peled additionally got the help from former Marines Adam Carey and Brian Brockway.
All right, let's stop it right there. Boom. So he didn't want to get in trouble. Okay. So what does he do? What does he do? He decides to take care of the problem the old-fashioned way. As they say in the hood, he wants to drop a bag on them. Right? So he decides to hire some help. So he contracts out this help to a guy who contracts the help to other guys, basically. Right? So 2 former Marines were hired to come to Nashville and to take care of the problem, basically. The problem with this is going to be wild because he should have just recorded and sent this to the police. Hey, make sure you are subscribed to the YouTube channel. Make sure that you are hitting that notification bell. Make sure you're hitting that like button. Stay tuned for what we got coming here on the channel. We got a lot of things going on here and on Rumble, on both. Leave, TikTok, Instagram, everything. This content was actually sent to me by a subscriber, so please keep sending stuff into the email. So I guess they sent it because I live in Nashville, so I decided to review it. But this is the type of stuff that I want to be sent here, because it's a little far fetched, but we can go over with the professional opinion, pretty much. Now I still don't understand why this guy didn't call the police. He should have reported it, saved himself some hassle. Instead of what he did, he tried to take care of the problem the old-fashioned way. Hey, make sure you're following us on Instagram as well. Follow us on Instagram. We drop shorts over there from the videos that we do live. We cut them up and drop them over there. So don't miss out. Gracias like a Kina. Yeah, he could have saved himself a whole lot of hassle and a whole lot of problems just from making sure that he did it the right way, but he decided to be a boss. And we're going to see what that got him. All right, let's get back to it.
We cover a lot of crazy and disturbing cases here at Law and Crime, but what keeps us bringing you these stories is our...
Yeah, we're going to skip past this part.
discovery of Bill and Holly's bodies, Mon withdrew $15,000 from his bank. According to the indictment, on that same day, an intelligence report was prepared and provided to Peled by a relative of Brockway who worked for an internet-based security company. From there, the feds say a series of actions were undertaken by Carrie and others, including traveling from out of state to Nashville to conduct surveillance on Holly and Bill. The group even created and used a texting app, Pinger, to attempt to communicate with Holly and Bill. Holly previously installed security camera footage inside and outside of her home, reportedly due to her work as an escort. Chilling footage obtained by Law and Crime from March 10th of 2020, just 2 days prior to the discovery of her body, showed Holly pacing in her home as she placed what appears to be a tool to prevent her front door from being opened under the front lock.
Stop it right there. This guy is an expert because look at how his body is positioned with the camera. I know where cameras are positioned. So I need to position my body this way or that way. He is a professional doing what he does. And he is there stalking this girl. They are so bold and they went right to her front door and knocked on the door. All right. So let's recap. The guy went to Nashville and decided to have some fun. When he went to Nashville, while visiting his son, right, having fun turned into an extortion attempt. So instead of calling the police, he hired some help to take care of the problem. The problem was 2 hired Marines that are now in Nashville stalking and harassing the escort. The part that you see right now is him outside of the door of the lady of her home. This is real right now in real time. You see the camera zooming in on his body. You see the green line around his body. It's actually determining that that's a human. That's what those cameras do. But this guy is so smart, he's got his back turned to the camera so the camera can't see his face. You got to know that being in the military, they train you to avoid certain surveillance, and they teach you how to do this right here, right? So, yeah, this is spooky, if I may say so myself. Yeah, they went to her front door. It's like I don't know how they found her, but they found her, and they went straight to her home, started knocking on the door. Well, let's get back to it. Well, first off, well, no, we ain't got to that part yet, so let's go.
Then, about 30 minutes later, a man in a black shirt and muscular build appears outside of her front door, asking Holly if she wants to chat.
Hey, Ollie. Ollie, if you're in there, it's all right. I'm not here causing problems. I'm not here for Will. Just got a couple questions to ask you. All right, it's about a client. Answer a couple questions and then I'm gone. No worries. Oh, yeah, movement. And just so you know, we just want to talk to you alone, right? Want to make sure Will wasn't around when we do. So this is for your safety. All right, wait.
Around that same time the man appeared at Holly's door, Holly was inside her home, but didn't respond and silently waited for him to leave. A day after Holly's security cameras captured the man at her door, Paulette deposited $8,000 in cash to his Spear Tip security business account and $7,000 in cash into his personal bank account. On the day of the murder, Eric Mon transferred $150,000 via wire from his bank account to a bank account controlled by Paulette. Security footage from that night from outside of Holly's apartment shows her and Bill leaving their home. Then Bill turns around and heads back into the home before leaving again. But within a minute, startling screams could be heard from the security footage.
What you are hearing, I hate to say this, what you are hearing is people being deleted. People being deleted. This is the audio on the camera from outside of this lady house, and you are hearing those two guys in the process of deleting her and her boyfriend. First off, well, I mean, everyone has their preferences, and I get it, but how could you be okay with your woman being an escort, for one? The things that escorts do. Then you turn around and extort the man. And the reason he's trying to extort the man is going to sound crazy when you hear why he's trying to extort him, right? But all this because your girlfriend is an escort. It's not your wife, it's your girlfriend. Your girlfriend is an escort. She does strange things for change, you know, and you're okay with it. I mean, I like I said, people have their preferences, people do things all the time, but extortion is not going to solve your anger issues because you're upset about something. Hey guys, make sure you subscribe to my Rumble channel. All right. Here's the link right here below. And also, make sure that you are following me on Twitter. Make sure you're also following me on Facebook. Gracias La Quina. Gracias. Right now, we're live on Rumble and we're live on YouTube. We're trying to get it up over there on Rumble. So make sure you subscribe to Rumble. But yes, this is horrendous to actually be able to hear the deletion in progress. I mean, Jesus Christ. I mean, you can hear them screaming, you can hear the gunshots, you can hear everything loud and clear if you listen. But if we're going to go back a little bit, because this guy here, hold on. This guy right here, this is the person who he hired to take care of the problem here in Nashville. He contracted this guy contracted the two Marines who are currently deleting the two people. This is wild. Make sure you go over there and subscribe to the Law and Crime Network. I'm gonna post this in the chat just in case anybody wants to go check out this video. And we want to make sure we give them their just due. Show them some love because they drop major content over there. We're going to do a lot of reactions to a lot of their content here going forward. So make sure that you are checking them out. All right. But this is the guy who contracted to work out to the two knuckleheads that are here in Nashville doing what they're doing on camera. All right. A bunch of mercenaries, basically. So let's get back to this video. Hold on, guys. Seem to be having some problems. Oh, okay, there we go.
The home before leaving again, but within a minute, startling screams could be heard from the security footage.
And then it all gets quiet.
But what you didn't see from that footage was Brockway and Carrie, while armed with firearms, confronting Holly and Bill in the parking lot. It was there Bill was shot multiple times. Shortly after, Holly's security camera was repositioned by one of the killers. Brockway and Carrie then kidnapped Holly and drove her and Bill's lifeless body to the construction site in Nashville, where Holly met the same fate. According to authorities, their bodies were discarded at the construction site, and within hours of the double murders, the Pinger account used for communication was deleted, and a rental car rented by Brockway was returned. Officials say Carrie then drove Brockway to Memphis, and Brockway caught a flight back to Austin. Meanwhile, Carrie drove back to the Lone Star State. Officials say between March 11th of 2020 through 2021, Mon transferred hundreds of thousands of dollars via wire from his bank account to the account controlled by Peled as payment for Peled, Brockway, and Carrie for the kidnapping and murder of Holly and Bill. Then in December of 2021, more than a year after the horrific murders, FBI agents and Metro Nashville police detectives orchestrated the arrest of all four men across several states. Gilad Peled was arrested in an Austin airport. Brian Brockway was arrested in San Diego, California. Adam Carey was arrested at his home in North Carolina. And Eric Mond was arrested after a traffic stop in Austin. FBI agents used recorded phone calls between Mond and Peled that would lead to the quartet's arrests.
Now, this is why you do. I'm sorry about that. This is why talking on the phone gets you jammed up right here, because they were on to him. I don't know how they got on to him, but they got on to him, and they started watching them, and they tapped their phones and started monitoring their phone conversations, and they got them on audio. They pieced together their movements, and they did everything that good police work does for you. And it's a shame, because all he had to do was call the police. All he had to do was call the police and talk about what happened, and they could have handled this for him. But because he chose to go this route with it, this is a whole nother ball game now. So this is a little different from calling the police. He called them to take care of the problem. So now we got a whole crime scene, and you can't never make sure that you got a perfect crime scene. You can't always commit the perfect crime. So they traced everything back to the two Marines. Their steps, the Pinger account. I've never even heard of Pinger. Their Pinger account, they traced all of it back. And it traced it all back by just monitoring wire transfers and phone conversations. Is how they made their way back to the original person, right? So let's get back to the video.
Oh, what are you up to?
Yep. What's up?
Man, we have a problem.
You there?
Yeah, are you by yourself? Eric,
What's that?
are you by yourself? Hello?
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Hold on. I can't. Hold on. Yeah, hold on just a second. Give me a minute. I'm driving down 35. So hold on. I'm going to pull off and get out. What's wrong? Nothing. I just got to talk farther. Oh. You there?
Yeah, can you hear me?
What's up? Yeah.
I can't hear you with all the cars.
I'm here.
Can you, okay.
You ready? I'm here.
Yeah. Are you by yourself?
Yeah.
Okay. We have a problem. with
What's
one of I'm on signal, so we got to talk because I got to take care of this. We got a problem with one of the shooters in Nashville. I don't know how, but he found out that that's the other guy. That's not Brian, so he never knew of you. But he found out that you were the client that paid for this, for the job.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess he's hurting for money, and now he wants to get paid. So, I mean, he wants like $25,000. These are professional guys. I don't.
So, so there are no honor among thieves. So, one of the guys who took care of his problem in Nashville has now found out who the client is, and now he wants more money, basically. So now he's trying to basically extort the person who he was hired to take care of a problem for. Yeah. Okay. So there are no honor among thieves. Just because you're rich doesn't mean anything. All right. Just because you're rich and you can do things a certain way, that doesn't mean anything. All right. Doesn't mean you run the world. It also means things can turn on you and it can backfire. Okay. And that's what's happening right here. Which to me, I think it's a lie. I think that the guy who hired the two Marines originally is requesting more money. Because how would they find out who the is? This just doesn't make any sense to me that they would find out that this guy hired them to do this unless he told them. So he's in on it too, basically. But you're going to hear how he decides to take care of this problem now. So as they're trying to extort him, let's hear how he decides to take care of this problem.
I don't know how, this thing is coming back. Usually those guys don't do stuff like that. They have a code of honor. When they get a job, I guess. But
yeah, but if I give 25, when's it going to stop?
I know. But I mean, what do you want to do?
I'll pay the guy $25,000, but I think it needs to go away after that.
So we need to take care of him?
Well, I mean, don't you think he's not going to stop?
I don't know. It's not like that guy that, extort you initially. That was a criminal. Yeah. And this guy is, he's not threatening your family. I know you wanted to get this thing taken care of initially because he was threatening your family. This guy is just a soldier that I guess needs money. I don't think he's going to come back.
Look, if you tell me he's not going to come back, I'll get the money put together. I don't care about that. He did a solid for me, and I appreciate him for that. But I just want to make sure it's, in 6 months down the road, he's not going to pop back
up. Okay. Let me talk to him. I'll try to prevent that. Hopefully, I'll talk to Brian. Maybe he can talk to him and get this gone completely where you don't have to pay the 25. But worst case scenario, if
like I said, the 25 is not a big deal.
Right.
I don't care about that. I don't give a shit about that.
Right.
But I just don't want, in 3 or 4 months to get the same call again.
I understand. I can.
Because at that point, we got to take care of something that, and like you said, he's,
Okay.
At that point, that could backfire and then completely blow back on us.
Yeah. Hold on. Let me text Brian. Eric.
Yep.
So Brian will try to take care of this. But if this thing's turning into a problem, do you want him to take care of this? Like what?
Give me a number.
100?
Yeah. Honestly, I think I'd rather take care of it permanently than do the 25.
Got it. Okay, well, I'll have Brian try to reason with him. I mean, you know my stand on these things. I don't want to get involved in stuff, but.
And then I'll just run 150 through Spear Tip, like we did last time. Because it would take a long time for me to put up 100 grand cash. I can get it probably, but it just might take me a little bit of time.
Yeah.
Without, you know what I'm saying?
Got it. All right, let me talk to Brian, see what we can do.
All right.
So, you heard it. So, he wants to go ahead and have him taken care of now, right? The guy who helped take care of the people who were extorting him in Nashville is now trying to extort him for more money, and now he's being presented with an offer to take care of him as well, to delete him as well, for an additional $150K. He wants the problem taken care of, and he's all on audio. That's the bad part about it. It's all being recorded. Your phone conversations aren't safe, people. So I don't know why you would do something like this. Like I said, this guy should just call the police. All right. Saved yourself a world of headache. But you decided to play Mr. Big. So now he's got to deal with what comes along with that. All right. So now he's being extorted by the people who took care of people who was trying to extort him. It's a big pile of shit. And it's I don't know any other way to explain this but to say he shouldn't have never stepped his foot in it, because now there's no way you're gonna clean yourself out. All right, let's get back to the video.
I'm traveling back from South Texas, so if you got to call me, I'll have to pull over, which is what I just did. That's why you heard all those cars.
Got it. All right, I'll check it. So what? You're heading back home?
Yeah.
Got it. All right.
Back in Austin in a couple hours.
Got it. Okay. Thanks.
All right,
bye.
During Mon's interview with the FBI, the handcuffed auto executive appeared calm, cool, and collected, and acted as if he didn't know why the FBI was questioning him, despite the horrific scheme he orchestrated.
My name's Jim. I'm with the FBI, obviously. Here's Brett. We don't like interviewing people with handcuffs on. Are you good with us taking it off?
Yes.
Okay, you're not going to get a problem or anything?
No problem at all.
Heard you were you out hunting or something? Or?
Yes, sir. Perfect.
Did you get any?
Yes, sir. We got some quail and pheasant and chukar.
I hear the hunting's pretty good in Texas.
It is.
This is enough from around Texas. It seems like a great state.
Yep.
Any advice or rights?
I got it.
Brett Shields
Eric Blunt.
with the FBI.
Actually, you know,
Said, show you the same. Eric, before we start, especially, I do got a pen. I'm going to read you your rights, just something we always do, and the whole purpose. One, we're going to read you your rights, okay? Then we're going to play you some stuff, talk to you about stuff that we already know. So listen to us. You might learn a lot more from us before we even get into asking you questions, okay? Understand? So let me start off I'm going to give you the pen. When I do this, I read you each line. I ask you to go ahead and initial beside each line as we go down, and it just says that you understand it, and we go from there, okay? Before we ask you your questions, you must understand your rights. You have the right to remain silent. If you understand that, go ahead and initial there. Anything you say can be used against you in court. You have the right to talk to a lawyer for advice before we ask you any questions. You have the right to have a lawyer with you during questioning. If you cannot afford a lawyer, one will be appointed before any question if you wish. And most importantly, if you decide to answer questions now without a lawyer present, you can stop answering at any time. So like I'm saying, this is to your benefit. We're gonna play you some different things. We're gonna tell you some of the facts that we already know about this case, okay? And then we're gonna ask you questions. Anytime you can stop, okay? Right there. And just sign right there, acknowledge. Appreciate it. Now Dave is our case agent, so he knows most about this case, so he's going to present you with some of the facts that we do know. First of all, do you have any suspicion or any you think? Pardon?
I have no clue.
Okay.
All right, let me,
Well, would it help you if we told you that we were from Nashville, Tennessee?
My son goes to school there.
Okay.
all right, so,
I've been there, yes.
yeah, so again, we'll, let me, why don't you take this time and learn from us what we have? And then we can start talking, okay? If that's what you want. Okay, because I think you have a story to tell. And I think it's a complicated one. I don't think, I personally see things in shades of gray, not black and white, you know? I'm not the kind of guy who's like, hey, anybody who's, you know, shoots someone and kills them is evil or anything like that. I know that things go on in your life that aren't ideal, and then sometimes you're scrambling hard to figure out how to deal with it, and then things turn out even worse, and then they turn out worse, and then next thing you know, you're backed into a corner and nothing you can do.
Let me stop it right there. Let me make a statement. Okay. When the feds pick you up and bring you in, they already know. They're just trying to confirm. So if you lie about it, it just makes it worse. All right. But they already know. They have all the facts. They're just trying to confirm a couple things. They don't come get you unless they know. That's just how they roll. And the mere fact they got him in the room talking to him, they already know. And he should know this. He should have asked for his lawyer. Just like in the previous video, sitting here talking, trying to be a hero, never works. Ask for your lawyer, people, always.
So, having said that, this is why we're here, obviously. So, and I don't want you to talk because honestly, I want to give you the benefit of the doubt. This is the way things work. For you to be helpful to us and also to help yourself out, the more truthful you can be, the better. And this is the reason why. Because as you're being truthful to us, it tells us that A, you're sorry for your actions. B, you have more credibility. So the more you lie to us, A, that's a federal violation, lying to a federal issue. So boom, on top of all these other charges, you got that. But secondly, the more you lie to us, the more your credibility goes down, and then you can't help yourself out. You can't, because right now, the only way you can help yourself out is to increase your credibility and be like, yes, I did it, but I really realized it was a mistake. I would never do it again, and I completely, okay, basically.
Then the agents played audio for Mon from outside of Holly's apartment on the night of the murder, before revealing more about what Holly suffered through in her final moments.
So we're going to get into this. this is obviously an investigation that you're aware of. It happened in Nashville, okay? I'm not gonna be able to really explain what happened other than I'm gonna play you some audio. Because you understand, like, when the murder happened, Holly had.
I don't even think, we haven't even explained that part to him. That this is a homicide investigation.
Oh, he knows. He knows. Don't worry about that. So I'm gonna play this audio. Okay. I want you to understand what we're talking about here. And what you're gonna hear is this is outside Holly's apartment. Okay. This is how it went down. Those are all the time she's getting shot and he's getting shot. This is someone I think you cared about. I know you cared about her because, you know, you tried to do the right thing at first, right, with Langley. And it got out of control with Langley. And Langley's the guy.
Oh.
You tried to do the right thing, and I think it kind of got out of control. So what I'm talking about, this is a picture. I'm not going to get into all the graphic stuff too much, although that's what a homicide sounds like, and this is what a homicide looks like. And this is what ended their misery, okay? But if you see and hear what happened, she suffered for a long time before this happened, okay? You see all the bruising and such around her face? She had a long day. I mean, that was the longest hour and a half of her life, literally. So this is MNPD, the Metro Nashville started investigating this case. And then we stepped in because, you know, they were having trouble figuring out who people were. We were able to figure out who all of them were. And I don't even know if you want to hear all the evidence, but
Let's kind of cut to the chase with this.
Yeah.
Okay? I'm sorry. Do you tell me you know who this girl is?
I met her at a bar in Nashville
Okay. And how long was your relationship with her?
that night, and another night I came back from Nashville.
So you were using her services as a prostitute, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And now this guy right here, Langley, right? Never met him, but he found out that you screwed his girl without a condom.
This whole thing is because this whole thing of extorting this man is because he slept with her without protection. Now, like I said, some of you guys got your preferences, and I understand this. You might not think that there's nothing wrong with dating escorts or your girlfriend or being an escort or whatever. But you can avoid this. You avoid this. This is the type thing. These are the type things that you avoid when you avoid that lifestyle. Because he slept with her without protection. He decided to extort this man. Then this man decided to have them taken care of. And now the feds are involved. The feds tracked down all of the people who were involved and locked them all up. You can't make it up. You can't make it up. Let's get back to it.
And he started, well, that's what he believed. I'm just, again, listen. Okay?
Hold on, I believe you. Go ahead.
Okay. Either way, he starts trying to extort you, correct?
He sent me some text messages, but he never demanded any money.
Yes, he did. So let's not start.
I don't remember him demanding money.
Okay.
More than 2 years later, Eric Mond, Brian Brockway, and Adam Carey were convicted of murder for hire with death after a 2.5-week federal trial. Brockway and Carey were also convicted of conspiracy to commit kidnapping and kidnapping with death. As for Gilad Peled, who prosecutors say acted as the middleman, pleaded guilty to the same charges and agreed to cooperate with the government by testifying at trial. According to prosecutors, Mond hired Peled to respond to the extortion attempt. Peled in turn hired Brockway and Carey to go to Nashville to investigate Holly and Bill. He testified in trial that when Bill's efforts to blackmail Mond continued, the former auto heir agreed to pay Brockway and Carey $100,000 each to murder Holly and Bill. Prosecutors say their evidence showed Mond wired Peled $150,000 on the day of the murder. And over the course of the next year, Mond wired Peled an additional $900,000 as payment for the scheme. And Peled withdrew cash to pay Brockway and Carey for their roles. Mond, Brockway, and Carey all face a mandatory life sentence in federal prison. Meanwhile, a federal judge will reportedly take Peled's cooperation into consideration as a part of his ultimate sentence.
Now, we're going to end the video tonight with that, and I'm going to leave with just a couple words. Sometimes you need to just call the police. There's no need that all that needed to happen. Now you got 4 people going to prison, probably for the rest of their lives. These men were probably fathers, probably had kids, and all for money lost their freedom. This is why I always say money is not everything. Yes, we need money to pay our bills. We need money to survive, eat, et cetera, but like I always say, never put yourself in a position to have to explain. Never put yourself in a position where you have to explain yourself. This is the point. All right. I want to thank everybody who stuck around this long. Make sure you are subscribed. Make sure you're following me on Rumble. Make sure you are subscribed here and there. Make sure you hit the notification bell. Make sure that you are hitting that like button. Thank you. Salute. And I am out.